Good day, here are the headlines from the Philippine News Agency. We begin at the Stade de France with the Philippines' very own EJ Obiena, bringing pride to Filipinos. Despite falling short after bagging fourth place at the championship match of the Paris Olympics men's pole vault event early Tuesday, Philippine time. Obiena failed to clear 5.95 meters, losing to Greece Emmanuel Karalis in a count-back tie-breaker. Despite falling short of a podium finish, Obiena's record improved from his 11th place stint in 2021. Sam Kendricks of the United States cleared 5.95 meters in one try to win the silver. Sweden's Duplantis took home the gold medal by clearing 6.25 meters. Duplantis beat his personal record of 6.24 meters at the Xiamen Diamond League meet in April and Thiago's Braz Olympic record of 6.03 meters. Later today, John Tolentino is aiming for a medal in the repechage of the 110-meter hurdles event. On Wednesday, boxer Ira Villegas is facing Buznaz Kakiroglu of Turkey in the women's flyweight semifinals. Doti Ardina is also competing in the women's individual golf finals, while John Ceniza will compete at the men's 61-kilogram weightlifting event. Lawmakers on Monday approved a measure exempting from taxes all rewards and bonuses for national athletes competing in international sports events, including the Olympics. The House Committee on Ways and Means approved the substitute bill amending Republic Act 10699, or the National Athletes, Coaches and Trainers Benefits and Incentives Act. The law grants benefits and incentives to medalists, including a 10 million peso reward for every athlete who wins a gold medal in the Olympics, 5 million for silver medalists, and 2 million for bronze medalists. The House panel agreed to make the exemption retroactive to January 1, 2024. Committee Chair and Albay Representative Joey Salceda says the bill also proposes to exempt not only prizes from companies, but also donations towards the athletes' training 1 year before the competition, including donations made through the Philippine Sports Commission or the Philippine Olympic Committee, regardless of time. Salceda proposes to name the bill in honor of star gymnast Carlos Yulo, who made history as the first Filipino to win 2 gold medals in the Olympics. The National Economic and Development Authority says measures are in place to support the most vulnerable sectors and ensure food security despite La Nina and the higher inflation in July. According to Neda Secretary Arsenio Balisacan, the government is working to address food security amid the faster increase in prices in July and the expected typhoons and rains in August due to the onset of La Nina. Neda also says rice prices have started to ease with the rollout of Rice for All program of the Department of Agriculture. Under the program, rice is being sold at 45 pesos per kilo at selected Kadiwa centers, with prices adjusted according to market fluctuations. The day also assures the availability of the Quick Response Fund, assistance credit, and seed buffer stock in preparation for La Nina. It has also expedited the declogging of farm drainage systems and the construction of water impounding projects and post-harvest facilities. To assist farmers cope with higher fuel prices, DA said it will provide around 510 million pesos in fuel subsidies to crop, livestock, and poultry farmers. Around 160,000 farmers are expected to benefit from over 3,000 in fuel assistance between August and September this year. The Philippine Statistics Authority reports the headline inflation rose to 4.4% in July from 3.7% in June, driven by higher inflation in food and non-food items, particularly housing, utilities, fuel, meat, corn, and fruits.
Ang headline inflation o ang pagtaas ng presyo ng mga serbisyo sa bansa ay bumilis sa taas na 4.4% itong Hulyo 2024. Noong Hunyo 2024, ang inflation ay naitala sa antas na 3.7% at 4.7% naman noong Hulyo 2023. Sa overall inflation nitong Hulyo 2024, ang 5 pangunahing commodity groups na nag-ambag ay ang mga sumusunod. Bigas na may 20.9% inflation at nag-ambag ng 1.6 percentage points sa overall inflation. Restaurants, cafe and the like na may 4.9% inflation at nag-ambag ng 0.5 percentage points sa overall inflation. Renta sa bahay na may 2.6% inflation at nag-ambag ng 0.3 percentage points sa overall inflation. LPG na may 20.2% inflation at nag-ambag ng 0.3 percentage points sa overall inflation. At kamatis na may 92.0% inflation at nag-ambag ng 0.2 percentage point sa overall inflation.
The Department of Budget and Management has approved the release of 5 billion pesos for the Pantawid Pamilyang Filipino program or 4Ps, the government's flagship anti-poverty initiative under the Department of Social Welfare and Development. According to DBM, the additional funds will come from the 2023 continuing appropriations that would be used to cover the 2023 4-piece grants in arrears, affecting around 703,888 households whose benefits were deactivated or suspended. Budget Secretary Obena said the allocation will help cushion the impact of inflation on beneficiaries and streamline budget processes to ensure faster and more efficient delivery of essential services such as 4Ps. In his third State of the Nation address, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. reported that over 420,000 households have graduated from the program or have been assessed as self-sufficient within the past year. The 4Ps provides conditional cash transfers to indigent households to improve health, nutrition, and education outcomes. In other news, the Philippine government has provided $50,000 worth of aid to Mongolia for its disaster risk reduction efforts. Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo said the Philippines is showing its solidarity with Mongolia as a fellow country that is vulnerable to natural calamities. He says the Philippines and Mongolia must work together to mitigate and reduce disaster risks. The Department of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Mongolia signed a Memorandum of Understanding on cooperation and coordination about bilateral and international issues of common concern. Another MOU was signed between the Ministry of Culture, Sports, Tourism, and Youth of Mongolia and the Philippine Sports Commission on sports cooperation. Manalo and Mongolian Foreign Minister Batmunk Batseteg also discussed trade, nuclear disarmament, the role of women in peace and security, as well as further cooperation in tourism, agriculture, and English language training and other topics. The DFA Secretary also said they discussed the interest of Mongolia to become a sectoral dialogue partnership and to participate in the East Asia Summit. Meanwhile, Batseteg congratulated the Philippines for chairing the ASEAN and the ASEAN Regional Forum in 2026. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and Dex account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. I am Marita Muahe and this is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.